Will Steph Curry now retire with a fifth ring? Will playoff Jimmy Butler come along for the ride? The NBA's newest dynamic duo explained. Welcome to Game on Brain, sponsored by OnlineCashShop.com. If you got game on your brain, why not get paid for it? Sports is a multi-billion-dollar business, and there's plenty of money to go around for everyone, not just the players. Whether you're a fanatic, a fan, or simply an occasional viewer, corporations want to know what you think to keep their finger on the pulse of the marketplace. And they're willing to pay for that privilege. So if you're not shy about sharing your opinion on sports and other topics, visit GameandBrain.com/opinions and grab your piece of the pie. Ladies and gentlemen, in the illustrious pantheon of basketball greatness, we find ourselves at a momentous juncture in the career of one Stephen Curry. The diminutive dynamo, who revolutionized the game with his long-distance marksmanship, stands at the precipice of further immortality. The question that now captivates the basketball intelligentsia is whether this marksman extraordinaire can secure a fifth championship ring to further cement his legacy among the luminaries of the hardwood. Let me tell you something, my friends. What we are witnessing in the Bay Area since the acquisition of Jimmy Butler is nothing short of a basketball renaissance. The Warriors, once teetering on the precipice of mediocrity, have transformed into a juggernaut of efficiency that harkens back to their dynasty days. The numbers, my dear viewers, do not lie, and they tell a tale of resurgence that demands our attention. Before Butler's arrival, the Warriors were a one-man show, a brilliant one, mind you, but a solo performance nonetheless. Curry was beleaguered, besieged by defenses that focused their collective energies on him with a suffocating intensity that would make Alcatraz seem spacious. The game plan against Golden State was devastatingly simple. Stop Curry, stop the Warriors. And for much of this season, that formula worked with mathematical precision. This 37-year-old basketball virtuoso was averaging a mere 22.7 points per game, his lowest output since his formative years, while struggling under the weight of double teams and defensive schemes designed explicitly to neutralize his otherworldly talents. The Warriors' offense was stagnant, ranked in the bottom half of the league, barely maintaining a .500 record and fighting desperately for a play-in position. It was, dare I say, the twilight of a once mighty empire. But then, in a stroke of managerial brilliance that would make Red Auerbach nod in approval, Golden State acquired Jimmy Butler. And what has transpired since can only be described as a metamorphosis of magnificent proportions. The statistics since this momentous trade are not merely impressive, they are revelatory. Golden State has won 11 of their 12 games with Butler in uniform. Their defensive rating has improved from 10th to 4th, their offensive rating from 18th to 5th, and their net rating has skyrocketed from pedestrian plus 0.4 to a dominant plus 12.0. This, my friends, is not incremental improvement, it is wholesale transformation. But what's most compelling is how Butler's presence has liberated Curry from his defensive shackles. Since the trade, Curry's scoring has exploded to 30.4 points per game. His three-point shooting has climbed to 42.2%, and his true shooting percentage has reached an astronomical 68.8%. The man is dunking again, for heaven's sake. These are not the numbers of a superstar in decline. They are the statistics of a legend rejuvenated. The symbiotic relationship between Curry and Butler represents a basketball partnership of profound complementarity. Butler, with his physical mid-range game and defensive intensity, commands respect from opposing defenses in a way that fundamentally alters the geometric calculations of guarding Curry. No longer can teams simply blitz the chef with double teams when Butler lurks as a punishing presence ready to exploit any defensive imbalance. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Butler effect, a gravitational force that has rebalanced the Warriors' universe. For the first time since Kevin Durant departed, Curry has a running mate whose presence warps defensive strategies and creates space for his shooting artistry to flourish once more. Draymond Green, that basketball savant whose contributions transcend statistical measurement, boldly proclaimed after merely a handful of games together, "We're winning the championship." Such audacity, such confidence, and yet, Watching this team's metamorphosis, one cannot dismiss Green's proclamation as mere bravado. There is substance behind the swagger. The Warriors' newfound potency stems from their ability to diversify their attack. Butler's arrival has introduced mid-post actions, ghost screens, and off-ball cuts that were conspicuously absent from their offensive arsenal. When these elements combine with the established motion principles that have defined the Warriors' dynasty, the result is basketball alchemy of the highest order. What's particularly telling is how this partnership has resolved the Warriors' Achilles heel, the non-Curry minutes. Before Butler's arrival, Golden State was outscored by 2.9 points per 100 possessions when their talisman rested. Now, they're winning those minutes by 1.7 points per 100. When Butler plays without Curry, that number balloons to a staggering plus 14.2. This, my friends, is the mark of a legitimate contender. The Warriors' go-to lineup, Curry, Moody, Kuminga, Butler, and Green, has been nothing short of dominant, posting a net rating of plus 14 that ranks in the top 4% of all five-man units in the NBA. This quintet combines spacing, defensive versatility, and multiple playmakers in a configuration that presents opposing coaches with strategic conundrums of Gordian complexity. In contemplating Curry's legacy, we must contextualize what a fifth championship would represent. This would not merely be another jewelry addition to an already impressive collection. It would be a statement of longevity and adaptability that few superstars achieve. To win championships across multiple iterations of a team, pre-Durant, with Durant, and now with Butler, would demonstrate a versatility and leadership that transcends tactical schemes and roster constructions. Consider the rarefied air Curry would enter with a fifth ring. Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant each have 5. Magic Johnson has 5. Tim Duncan has 5. To join this pantheon would elevate Curry from merely great to unquestionably legendary status. And to accomplish this feat at 37, an age when most guards have relinquished their superstar status, would add a poignant exclamation point to his career narrative. What separates Curry's potential fifth championship from his previous 4 is the context. His first 2 came as the leader of a homegrown core, establishing his bona fides as a championship centerpiece. His next 2 came alongside Durant in a super team configuration that, while dominant, invited questions about necessity and degree of difficulty. But a fifth ring, coming after years of struggle and reconstruction, with Curry as the elder statesman guiding a new supporting cast, that would be the most impressive feat of all. The journey ahead remains fraught with challenges. The Western Conference is a gauntlet of formidable adversaries. The Nuggets remain the defending champions, with Nikola Jokic performing basketball wizardry on a nightly basis. The Thunder have emerged as youthful contenders with the brilliant Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at the helm. The Timberwolves, Clippers, and Grizzlies all present unique strategic problems. Yet the Warriors now possess the formula to break this conference wide open. They have size, they have shooting, they have defensive versatility, and most importantly, they have 2 superstars who complement each other's games in a way that maximizes their collective impact. If Butler can summon his legendary playoff Jimmy persona, the version of himself that carried the Heat to the NBA Finals, alongside a rejuvenated Curry, this team becomes the nightmare matchup that no Western Conference opponent desires. The Warriors currently sit as the 6th seed, a mere 3.5 games behind the Grizzlies for a top 4 position. Their upcoming schedule features crucial matchups against the Lakers, Knicks, Grizzlies, and 2 confrontations with the Nuggets, a gauntlet that will test the sustainability of their resurgence. What makes this Warriors team particularly dangerous is the combination of championship experience and renewed hunger. Curry, Green, and Steve Kerr know precisely what it takes to navigate the treacherous waters of postseason basketball. Butler brings his own playoff pedigree, having twice led teams to the NBA Finals. This collective wisdom, combined with the chip-on-shoulder motivation that comes from being dismissed as past their prime, creates a psychological edge that statistics cannot capture. The basketball connoisseurs who prematurely eulogize the Warriors dynasty may soon find themselves in the uncomfortable position of having to retract their obituaries. For Curry's legacy, a fifth championship under these circumstances would be the definitive rebuttal to any lingering skepticism about his place in the basketball pantheon. It would represent not just greatness sustained, but greatness reimagined and recontextualized for a new era. As we watch this Warriors team coalesce around the Curry-Butler partnership, we are witnessing basketball history unfold in real time. The question is no longer whether Curry deserves mention alongside the all-time greats. That debate has long been settled in the affirmative. The question now is how high his ceiling ultimately extends. Can he join the ultra-exclusive club of players with 5 or more championships? Can he sustain his brilliance deep into his 30s in a way that reshapes our understanding of athletic longevity? The evidence before us suggests these questions are not merely hypothetical, but imminently answerable. And if the early returns from the Butler era are any indication, the answer may well be a resounding yes. This is Game on Brain. The Warriors are back, Curry is reborn, and the NBA had better take notice. History awaits.